All right, there's a level of emotional aptitude or aptitude. I don't know if there's aptitude is a word, but aptitude at least that's required towards these type of endeavors. A couple things. One, I've stated that the first time I brought this up on a social matter, in a social scenario, was when I was getting a check cashed, and the guy I was talking came up with the girl, and the guy behind me, BP, and his whole emphasis was, oh, you can sue, and you can sue, and at least if you sue, you'll be taken care of, and you'll raise awareness. Okay, that's fine. The second was when I got the copies made, and at the copy machine place, the the lady helped me set the copy machines. I got 100 copies, 10 cents a copy. And when I got the copies, um, what the lady said was, oh, I said, and by the way, because I'm doing this for this pay, and I gave it to her, and she looked at it, and she said, oh yeah, that's pretty bad. And I was like, do whatever you want. She's like, oh, we'll put it up, and that's a nice sentiment, but come on, I mean, that's like saying if literally like in that famous Vietnam video shot picture where the guy's got the gun to the guy's head. That's like saying, oh, we're fill out a petition so that he doesn't pull the trigger. We're start a petition to hope that he doesn't pull the trigger. If you were to see that event. So I mean, and the shop where I got the copies at is only like 2 blocks away from Topanga, and it's been there for a while too. Down to, I mean, just the idiocracy of the people that are fighting it, the people in Woodland Hills, that in one sense they're promoting it, but at the same sense their racist tendencies are preventing them from trying to at least exploit the what's considered family traditional values of the Hispanic community, which is a lot bigger than the white community in this in the proposed route. But their own whatever. Two, I get emails from the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, which is in Santa Barbara. The president is this guy named David Krieger. And granted, I'm going to give them the only benefit of the doubt I'm going to give them this little sentiment is that I only spoke to the person that answered the phone. And I have to have no shame in saying that stupid bitch uh, thinks that I don't even know what the hell she thinks, but one, they're in Santa Barbara, so that tells me enough of them, anyways, because they're far enough away from everything that yeah. Anyways, so they're sending out this email that the Marshall Islanders, the Marshall Islands, because nobody knows, are the people that after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the Pentagon wanted to do all these, and the American people wanted the Pentagon to do all these tests in order to say it's superior to Russia, the Soviet Union. They basically sequestered this entire archipelago island thing, community of islands, and they ran that people lived on, native people, indigenous people like Polynesian type people, like Hawaiian, Samoan, New Zealanders. What do they call? Anyways, but in the course of the next 12 years, the types of nuclear weapons that were detonated on these islands amounted to, if you were to add up the kilotons, though most of them were done in megatons, which are 1,000 kilotons. If you were to add up the kilotons of all of the tests that were done in the 12-year period, they equal, if you were, and then at the same time you were to put them in contrast to the combined, the added strength of the two nuclear attacks on an enemy, Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. If you put those two together, in contrast to the tests that were done on supposedly the Marshall Islanders are our allies and they were supposed to be helping us out. So you compare the two kilotonnage of those two events. The kilotons of Hiroshima and Nagasaki was something like 27 combined. I think it was like 12 and I don't know. Maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 40. It's not 40, but let's just say 40 because I think Little Boy was 12 kilotons. And I think Fat Man was 17, could be wrong, but that's something around that range. But we're just saying together a combined strength of 40 kilotons. Okay, and you add up the test of the Marshall Island event, they add up to the equivalent of 109,000 atomic attacks on Japan. That's 109,000 separate atomic attacks. So it would take, if you put those two together, it'd probably take 300,000 little boys and 200,000 fat men if you take up on the individual level to equal the amount of kilotonnage that were dropped on the Marshall Islanders. So anyway, these Marshall Islanders, they've been trying to fight a battle. They have gross problems. It's disgusting. The babies, the reports of babies coming out looking like jellyfish, the babies that don't look like anything. So the now they're started a lawsuit against the nuclear powered states. So they're putting out a petition to try to gain support. And this Nuclear Age Peace Foundation is sending emails. So you know what? I'd say, tell myself, again, against my better judgment, all right, I'll call them and I'll try to at least do this. So when I bring this point up to this lady, I want to make a point. This lady's first reaction, okay, was, well, we don't do stuff like that. We only specialize in nuclear weapons. So, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. How is this not a weapon? I mean, it's convenient for you, because I mean, you move down here and put your kids in one of the schools that line the streets is going to go through this, and you buy a house on the block away, and then you maintain the perception that this activity is not an assault. And she's like, well, I just don't see what we could do. What we could now the other thing too, I want to make a point is that who the fuck is this stupid bitch? You know what I'm talking about? I couldn't even break through her head, and this bitch is a fucking member of an organization that's supposed to be completely committed, though maybe so much committed like the rest of fascist America that they're become blind to actually to doing anything that towards it actually. Because let's keep it fucking real here. You're gonna start a lawsuit using the very legal construct that that justifies all of those tests and the ongoing silence and the lack of reparations to these people. You're gonna use that legal apparatus to try to get justice for you, and you think you've got some rallying point because you got support from groups like this. That's insanity. That's not even insanity. That's sheer stupidity. That might even be in betrayal or obstruction or infrastructure. I don't know what the heck it is. So this lady couldn't even grasp the point that there could be a connection between her specialty, her organization's special, and it's not even her organization because again she's just some lop. But her organization's specialty in nuclear weapons and the transportation of nuclear material through urban suburbia. And man, it makes me want to go get a bucket of this dirt and then just take a little trip up there and just throw it inside the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation and be like, here you guys, sorry, don't worry, this is not weapons, this is not weaponry, nuclear weaponry involved. This is just dirt. It's just nuclear radioactive dirt. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's not a weapon. Don't think of it as a weapon. Just think of it as transporting dirt. But I mean, and I don't think I have the emotional fortitude to deal with any of these people because man, the more I do it, the more I really do honestly believe they deserve it. So it's crazy shit, but so that's your hope right there. That's the reality. If you can't even break through to a freaking group that specialized in this shit for the last 30 years, how am I gonna? Why would I want to? Why would I want to exert the effort to try to do some kind of Martin Luther King style awareness and awakening process? Because the truth is that shit don't reap nothing. So, Nuclear Age Peace Foundation.